today we're going to be talking about sensory play and why it's so important for our babies. We really need them to be making a mess. That's going to be your number one priority when starting to introduce solids to your babies. The more mess they make now, the less mess they're going to be making later on. And it's also going to be influencing the likelihood of them becoming picky eaters later on. With ezpz, you've got a lot of options to be using the plates as your source of sensory play. When we look at the breakdown here, it's something simple like using the happy plate, taking some broccoli tender stems. These are going to be a way for us to be introducing a broccoli to your child, but now you're using it in a fun way. So dipping it into yogurt, all I've done here is taken yogurt, colored it with a little bit of food coloring, and then you can be using the side of the plate to be letting them draw along. So when we're looking, I'll do another one, a little bit of blue. They can be painting a picture along the side, so that they start to be interacting. If your baby wants to go all into the yogurt with their hands, let them. Don't ever stop them from playing with their food. It's really, really important for that sensory development and that progression of eating. Over here, all I've got is simple sweet potato puree. You can even be using the tiny spoon, putting it into the bowl, and again, letting them be interacting. Using the fingers, letting them do it, and always show your children what you're also doing. Putting your finger in, drawing around the plate, even making a little picture. I've got some eyes over here, a nose, a really big nose, and then we can be doing a smiley face. Get your children involved. What's nice about the ezpz is that it sticks, it's non-slip, so that when your child is playing with it, it's unlikely that they'll just be able to flip it aside and so essentially spread that mess everywhere else. Really nice to be concentrating. This is a really good size plate to be using. It's got a nice outside here, and when we present it, we can make it into a little happy face. All I've done here is I've taken some pasta, I've put some food coloring into the water that I've boiled it into, but now it's a way for our child to be interacting. Let them be putting it into their hand, let them be squishing it, and if they happen to throw it on the floor, remember that that's all part of the learning process. Most of the time, if our babies throw it on the floor, you'll see them turn and look. That's a really good thing. They're looking at that object permanence. Where did it go? And look, I can see where it is. It's also showing you about the sound of food. We forget about what's important within eating. All of our senses are being used, and it's actually the only activity that a baby will do that uses all 8 senses. More on that in another video, but really, really important for us to get our kids focused. So again, I'm going to leave you a little bit of sweet potato puree, drawing along the side. We've made little squiggly lines. Get a little bit of different color. I can have an orange one. You could be using beetroot, making a beetroot puree, putting a little bit in here. Our babies will be having a happy experience with food, but during the sensory play, remember that there's no expectation to eat. It's literally about play. If they eat, do your own little internal dance, but don't let them know that we're doing this also in the hope that they do eat. I hope this has helped. There are a lot of other games that you can be doing, and it's all about just being creative with these ezpz tools that will allow you and allow your baby to become a better eater.